Sorry, mic was off. There we go. Alright, my computer is being very slow right now, so if we start experiencing frame droppage, that's why. It is like frozen basically. Currently working on a video. Of a GIF I want to post on Twitter. So yeah, if I'm distracted for this first part of the video, this is why I'm working on a GIF. Alright, looking how this is looking. Alright, we're green. Suppose I should pay attention for the start. Harvick's on the inside of the front row. Dylan's on the outside. The green just came out. Yeah, sorry, I'm a little distracted while I'm putting together this GIF I want to make. Whoa, they're really fanning out. Ooh, man, Larson made a hell of a move back there in like 20th. They was like 5 wide and they shot to the inside. It didn't look like he was clear. Here comes Denny Hamlin. 3 wide for the lead at the line. Denny Hamlin to the lead. Austin Dillon has a decent run on the outside line. Here he comes. Wow, Harvick did terrible in turn 2. He lost like 7 or 8 spots in one turn. Package is racy. Does that mean it's saying inappropriate things? Alright, I think I got it. I just need to render the video and then do video to GIF and post it on Twitter, and then I'll send you the link of what I've been working on. Because not many NASCAR fans know what the hell that opening sketch they did with the speedometer was referencing with the radar. So I'll show you. Oh, shoot. check it one more time. Amarola's up to the lead. Man, I suppose I should be paying attention. There's a lot going on right now. Yeah, sorry, I'm distracted with this video until I get this rendered. Jimmy Johnson in 8th. Alright, while that's rendering, I'll load up the video to GIF software. GIF, whatever you want to call it. Anyone that calls it a GIF, all I gotta say is their intelligence must not be very jud. Jeez, how dare I criticize Michael's grid walk for being awkward? You think I just insulted the Dalai Lama? $60, $60, $80, I'm assuming the stages are. Preston Tipton, Pure Default Skin, Father Heat, Carlos Sato, Lightning Dale Jr., 88 fans, Brett Kozlowski fan. How are you all doing today? There we go. Now I can upload it to Twitter and post the link, so I can show you guys what the hell I've been working on this first start of this video. Almirola, Hamlin, Kyle Busch, the top 3. They're pretty close to each other. And then 4th is Austin Dillon, about 2.5 seconds back. What does Motley Crue have to do with NASCAR? Alright, almost done. Sorry. It's been working on this GIF the whole time. GIF. I think I got it. Alright, I'll send you guys the link. Oh, Kyle Busch got to the lead. Almirola's. Jeez, we've had a lot of lead changes already. There. Enjoy. Cody Brinkley, are you my twin? I don't know. Am I? Shandorius Gordon, Preston Tipton, Osnar Villanueva. Jeez, Austin Dillon dropping like a rock. Whoever would have guessed. Now, if Jeff Gordon could just like this tweet, that would make my dream come true. Why do I always bet against Kyle Busch? I contemplated putting him for one of my fantasy drivers, and I didn't. Adria, how are you doing? Thank you for tuning in. There we go. Now I can settle in and watch the race. Now that I'm done making that. That clean air. I know it's simple, but I do like that new Kurt Busch car. I mean, hell, Dale Jr.'s, or not Dale Jr., Dale Sr., I mean, he didn't really have a paint scheme. It was just a black car with white numbers that had red outline and then his sponsors. You don't need a super elaborate, fancy base for every single car, in my opinion. In my humble opinion. Yeah, what's happened to Harvick? He's dropping. Man, has Harvick's dominance ended this year? Oh, was I supposed to wear green today? Not a huge St. Patrick's Day person. As Irish as I am. Drinking is fun, and who doesn't like to have a couple beers every now and then, but I don't think it needs its own holiday. I don't think drinking needs to be celebrated to like the point of having its own holiday, in my opinion, but to each their own. Yeah, they recreated that office scene, like, word for word and scene for scene. The miles an hour on the speedometer were the same for each person. See you back in a little bit. Lightning Dale Jr. 88 fans. Say that 10 times fast. Jeez. That's how the passes are being made. When there needs to be like 3 cars involved. The middle car tries to pass the front car, the middle car stalls out, and then the car in back slingshots past both of them. I've seen that a few times now. It's an interesting strategy. Yeah, unpopular opinion, Kurt Busch's #1 is a good paint scheme. It's simple, it's clean. It's got the matching colors, the black and the bright green. Yeah, just like I said, Dale Sr.'s one of the most iconic schemes in NASCAR. It wasn't really a scheme, it was just a black car with white numbers that had red outline and the Goodwrench logos. I think it just had maybe a little bit of white on the bottom with a red outline, but it wasn't really a scheme. It's a black car with a little bit of white on the bottom. Everyone loved that scheme. How come everyone was hating on Kurt Busch's car then? I think the cars that try too hard are annoying. Like that Stenhouse car that just has like a bunch of different designs. Clint Boyer I like. I'm not a huge fan of the color combo, but I like the design. If it was the same pattern for the car. But yeah, like those designs, those paint schemes where it looks like someone just took like a zillion different tribal schemes and just layered them all together. Tribal designs. Yeah, silver on the bottom. Close enough. Silver is just a shiny, slightly darker white. Mark that quote down. Down onto the pits. Auto Club's a pretty easy pit road to get onto. Chicagoland sucks. It's one of my least favorite pit roads to get onto. This one is fairly easy. From my experience yesterday, I didn't have any problems. I kept getting slowed down almost a little too early. Get your Cody car. You mean my just custom scheme that I painted a while back? Could be a Dale throwback. I mean, that's Dale's car way back when is half. It's a main reason, a big reason why black, red, and white is my favorite color combo. Even though two of those aren't technically colors. Say what you will, the Jimmy Johnson's new paint scheme has grown on me a little bit. It's still not great. It's not my favorite, but I don't hate it anymore. It's all right. That's what I'll say about Jimmy's scheme. When it first came out, it was like WTF. I like Austin Dillon's. And once again, I like the black, red, and white number 3. His design's almost a little too complicated, but his is just right. His has enough flashiness without being too fancy. I love the Denny Hamlin white cars this year. They need to... Someone posted a Photoshop way back when they need to do with this current car. Like they did in 2012 and have the FedEx just be all different colors. Have it be the purple and the white, but then have it be like switch between green, the orange, the blue for like the stripe color, the outline color. Jeez, look how close Kyle Busch is running to that outside wall. Jeez. Here comes Kyle Busch to the pits. On coming to the end of lap 30. The exact halfway point, or yeah, the end of lap 31. So he'll have 29 to go. The speed and efficiency of Kyle Busch's pit crew never ceases to amaze me. They just are so fast every time, almost never make a mistake. They're always one of the fastest time-wise, like out of everyone. Jake Naus. Oh my god, if Byron comes into the pits soon, then McDowell's going to be in the lead. McDowell's just praying for a caution right now. Even though we suck at fighting and we stink at racing, let's stay out on the track to get second place just so we can get a little bit of phony airtime. Oh, we got a piece of trash stuck on the front of our car. That was me, and I like McDowell. He's just not a great racer. Granted, he's never been in good equipment, so I don't know if he spent a year or two at JGR or SHR or Hendrick. We could really tell, but I don't think Front Row Motorsports is exactly a great litmus test for someone's talent. That's Front Row, right? With 34 and 36, 38. And he's about to pass. He's about to get passed by Kyle Busch. So once he goes down to the pits, finally, he'll be back a lap down. I'm sure he is probably just praying that a caution came out before he got passed by Kyle Busch right there. Or just before he needs to go into the pits. Oh, here comes Byron into the pits. Okay, that is kind of realistic, I thought. They just did that little ghost car thing showing the new tires versus the old tires. On my race I did yesterday, when I pitted a little early to the AI cars and I got fresh tires, I was just flying past them. I thought it was like super unrealistic, but that actually looked pretty close to what we just saw there. Oh, a little bit of problems for Byron on his pit stall. He couldn't get going right away. Jeez. Is anyone really surprised that Kyle Busch would gain even more speed on pit road? So many commercials. Do you know what I'd love? Keep it green during the racing. Just blast us with commercials during cautions and in between the stages. Give us 10-15 minutes of commercials in between cautions and the stages. Keep it green. Keep it live. Commercial free under green. Itchy nose. Darian just tweeted. There's one point where all three Front Row Motorsports cars were in the top 6. Uh-oh. The core guys are bickering with Nick Bromberg. Uh-oh. Whoa, Jay Barker with a $5 super chat. I should try a cooking show. Unless you guys want to see me make ramen or heat up some cheap frozen pizzas. I don't know if I could educate you guys on anything cooking-wise that isn't already out there. Jeez. Get notifications left and right. First one is a super chat. This one is an alarm on my phone in case I ever fall asleep in the afternoon with my weird YouTuber schedule. And now my phone's frozen. There we go. Thank you so much for the super chat, Jay Barker. I really appreciate it. By the way, I'm going to be doing your Jason Johnson suggestion early this week from Patreon. So if you want to send me another one, so then I can have the 2 on queue to do. Then I got more suggestions from Kingster Cole I'll be doing, as well as some more Can I Recreate and whatnot this upcoming week. I hope you guys are excited. Excuse me. Gatorade burp. Cooking show. Never gotten that one before, gotta say. That's a first. I don't think anyone's ever asked me to do a cooking show before. I mean, it's more than 40 laps into the run, and Hamlin's only 3.5 seconds back. That's not too bad. He's still fairly close. 1, 2, 3, and then Hamlin's right there. It's not that far back for 40 laps in. Anyone else I missed? Jelena, aka Bobby, I believe. They said they want to be referred to as How Are You Doing? Ultra Racer Plays. Carlos Sato. I think I might have gotten a few repeats in, but who are you guys rooting for today? Who's your driver? You guys know me, I'm always rooting for Larson, but he started 15th. He's not in the top 10 as of right now. He's dropped a spot. Yeah. I agree, Jeff Gordon. As crappy as equipment as Larson had to start with, now this aero package is going against his natural skill he has with being able to control the throttle and slide the car through the turns. Nope. Come on. Nope, Applebee's commercial. We're gonna come back from commercial. Welcome back to Talladega, where the long one continues. Oh, I love when people don't know fake Twitter accounts. It's a fake Bob Pockrass account, but the Twitter handle is Bod Pockrass, so it's obviously a fake one. It's a fake Kyle Busch quote. It says Kyle Busch, and then in quotes, "You losers don't deserve me. I carry your sorry asses every week." And then someone commented, "Is this real?" It's like, do you seriously have to ask? I'll be right back. I gotta go grab something. Accidentally hit the wrong thing when I hit the mic. There we go. Test 1, 2, test. Test. Squirmy cat. What do you want? You're not going anywhere yet. I need to torture you by rubbing your belly first. God. This is the nicest cat ever, but he does not like being held. Ah! Ow. And he'll claw at you if you hold him for long enough. Hamlin's catching him. See? They're going to catch people under green, or he's starting to catch back up. Last I saw, he was 3.6 seconds back, now he's 2.1 seconds. Oh, yeah. Gotta change our LEDs. We're under green right now, so we'll stay green. Oh, now Hamlin's dropping again. What the heck? Well, what the heck happened to Hamlin? He just dropped like 0.4 of a second in like the last couple of laps. Yeah, damage on the 2 car. He brushed the wall like 10 laps ago or so, coming out of 2. Get out of the way, Ryan Newman. Ryan Newman's so annoying. He's always like going out of his way to get in your way when like the leaders are trying to lap him. He's like, oh, what do you expect me to do? Just get out of the way. Yes, it's called racing etiquette. You don't sit there and block the guy running in second as he's trying to track down the leader when you're multiple laps down. You certainly don't try to defend your actions afterwards. Uh-oh, tire left front down for Ty Dillon. Another full commercial break with less than 10 to go. This is starting to get bad. Sorry, I was reaching over to my other TV to turn the channel down, or the volume down. Jesus, I can't talk. Someone will probably make a gif of that creepy look 2 inches away from the camera. Dynaco's All Mine fan is on TV. I'm assuming you're at the race. What are you doing on your phone at the race? Watch the cars. I really wish they showed the split time during Nascar nonstop, so we could see how far back Hamlin is. Instead, we just have a really tiny onboard shot to go by with no split time. Nothing. So we're going to come back from commercial break with 4 laps to go, race 4 laps, and then it's going to go to caution, then they're going to go to commercial again. Excuse me. Burp. There's like a deflated balloon on the track. What the hell is that? Oh, who hit it? Who is that? 52 Cody Ware. Is that 52 or is that the other guy that I always get mixed up with? That looked like a balloon or something. That wasn't like any metal debris. That looked like a deflated balloon that was like dangling. That had a string dangling. Something that's anything major. I can probably just stay green. Alright, so we go back from commercial with 5 to go, race 5 laps, and then I need to trim this mess soon. When I keep the length, I just need to trim some of the stragglers. Oh my god. Austin Dillon looks like he just blew an engine. Griff Dog predicted that if I started on the pole, Austin Dillon would finish last. And it looks like that might very well happen. Is that a tire or is that an engine? Oh, that's a tire. Never mind. I thought that was coming from the engine at first, but no, it looks like it's just coming from the right side. He probably had a right front going down. Or a left, right rear. Yep, that's exactly what it is. He hit the wall. Got a tire rub in his right rear. Then it went flat. It's not completely down and shredded yet, but it went flat and started smoking. Yep, Gordon got it. Yeah, because there's damage into the quarter panel by that right rear. Oh, yeah, there's a lot of people pitting now, so they're not going to have to between the stages. God, we're going to have like a 1-lap shootout for the end of this stage. Are you kidding me? Hamlin stays out. 51's out. Austin Dillon continuing to underperform. Least favorite track on the NASCAR circuit? That's a good question. Sadly, in recent years, Talladega. What used to be my favorite track has now just become single file for 90% of it, and then there may or may not be a wreck fest at the end, which doesn't make it any better. But yeah, until something changes, Talladega has been probably my least favorite the last couple of years. I always used to get so excited for Talladega, too. So excited. Got Stenhouse on older tires starting in the front row of a restart with 2 to go. What could go wrong? Ricky, don't wreck half the field, please. Please don't wreck half the field. Oh, he spun the tires already. Now, how aggressive is Kyle Busch going to be with his teammate for a stage? Oh, wow. Did anyone doubt Kyle Busch? Oh, man! It looked like Stenhouse clipped Jones. Yep! I called it! Sorry, I didn't mean to yell right there. Alright, at least it was just him and like one other person. Yeah, Ricky on old tires. You got arrow loose from Almirola trying to go around him. I think Byron just barely clipped him, but aside from that, didn't look like anyone else got involved. Jeez, nice wreck avoidance by both those Hendrick cars. I think Byron might have maybe just gotten a tiny, tiny, tiny piece. Oh, no, Larson! Larson and Truex got together. There weren't too many cars involved, but a lot got minor damage shuffling around trying to avoid it. Rusty said, park the 17 permanently. Yeah, sorry, I did not mean to. I don't know why he yelled. I wasn't angry. I was just. It was more like a sweet, I told you so kind of yell. That I said that Ricky was going to spin and cause a wreck. So are they just ending the stage or not having another stupid green-white checkered for the stage, are we? On that live shot, I thought I saw Eric Jones got clipped and went squirrely. And it turns out he got just barely clipped by Stenhouse as Stenhouse went spinning. God, I love just scrolling Twitter during the races. Anyone else tried the orange vanilla Coke yet? I have not. I don't drink too much soda. Every now and then I'll have a Sprite if I go out to eat or something, but aside from that, I don't really drink too much soda anymore. And yes, I know this is just all sugar too. It's not too much better. Been trying to drink more water recently. I can't wait to find out how that was Truex's fault, says Kamikaze Games. I don't think the 24 touched him. Nice avoidance by Keselowski down on the bottom. Danger Zone, how are you doing? The NASCAR guy. Carlos Sato. Lavonia Hatcher. Austin Rip. Tropical Cyclone. Ugh, another Gatorade burp. Oof. I wonder how the crew feels about a driver that just underperforms every year. I mean, obviously they have to keep performing as hard as they can to try to do as good of a job as possible, but you know deep down the crew has to hate that driver. Just anytime there's an incident, they just roll their eyes. Really? Again? Hey, IDK player. How are you doing, man? Another fellow YouTuber. CETV. And now we go to commercial again. Oh. Nope, false alarm. Never mind. No commercial break. Man. They're being inappropriate in the chat. I thought Core After Dark ended already. God, I can't wait to get some more contacts. I hate wearing these freaking like 5-year-old duct tape glasses. I think they're probably older than 5 years old at this point. Who's my fantasy drivers I picked? Oh, yeah. So my fantasy drivers for today is Kyle Larson, Denny Hamlin, Joey Logano, Eric Almirola, and Clint Boyer. Then I got Suarez in the garage. I had Harvick winning stage 1. That didn't happen. I have Kyle Busch winning stage 2, and I had Kyle Larson winning the race. I don't think any of those predictions are going to come true at this point. Pit lane is open. Here comes Denny. And obviously, most of those cars that pitted right before the end of the stage are probably staying out now. You know what's weird? As much as I'm a fan of black and red and all that color combo together, not a huge fan of Eric Jones' Craftsman scheme he's running right now. I know I'm really picky when it comes to paint schemes. God, poor Truex. Is that even sheet metal or is it just plastic? Yeah, I didn't use Kyle Busch for my main drivers because I've used him like every single week. I'd only have like 5 uses with him left for the rest of the year, so I gotta start conserving. This is my first time I'm using Clint Boyer. Oh shoot, we're under green or yellow for the stage. Come on, there we go. You hit me under yellow. I think that's still my most favorite soundbite of all time. I need to get that I need to save that MP3 to my computer to use for streams. So that quarter panel that the dude was hammering out was sheet metal. Sure looked composite. Looked like it was flapping around like plastic and didn't have the rigidity of metal. I could be wrong. So it looks like I'm going to a show by myself tomorrow. Couldn't find anyone to come along with me at a free show. Your loss. The Bucks are losing to the Sixers at halftime. Oh no. How many games are left in the season? Like 14? Something like that. NBA standings. I think the Bucks still got the best record. I know I've said this before, but it's so weird as a Wisconsin sports fan. My entire life, Bucks and Brewers, the Milwaukee Bucks basketball, and then the Milwaukee Brewers baseball, they've sucked my entire life. The Packers have always been good. And now these last couple of years where the Packers have missed the playoffs and stink on ice, the Bucks are currently have the best record in the NBA. And the Brewers last year were this most recent year, were 1 game away from going to the World Series. So it's just such a weird turn of events. Oh my god. The Cavaliers have the 3rd worst record. It's amazing what can happen when LeBron leaves. That's hilarious. Okay, at least the Sixers are good. They got the 3rd best record in the East. They're 44-25. The Bucks are 52-17. It's crazy. The Warriors are 47-21, so they have 5 more wins than the Golden State Warriors. The Raptors, the Toronto Raptors, I think that's who knocked them out of the playoffs a couple years ago. That's who I'm worried about. All right, let's go racing again. Let's go racing. I want to see Kyle Busch blow a tire and have it shred his quarter panel so he can't drive anymore. No impact, no crash, no impact with the wall. Just have a tire blow, shred the quarter panel, and so he can't drive the car anymore. Take him out. Take him out of the race. I get to see a first-person view. Oh, I thought they were going to show the bumpy backstretch in the... I thought the whole point of them showing the helmet cam was to show the bumpy backstretch. What that feels like first person. Okay, fail, Fox. God, this... I used to just be blindly so naive to Fox's wrongdoings, but now compared to NBC, I much prefer NBC for the broadcasts. Way less forced, awkward humor. Seems way more professional. I think the commentators are better. I wish Mike Joy and Dale Jr. could commentate together. I do like Jeff Gordon. No, I love Mike Joy and Jeff Gordon. It's just Daryl. I love Daryl too. He's just the humor they try sometimes. They just... the boogity, corn dogs, just all that. Let's go racing, you bunch of hot dogs. I don't get it. I think it's run its course, but that's just me. I'm sure there's tons of people that still love DW and Mikey. All right, so we're gonna be going green again on lap 69. Look at the stands. They're not filled, but they're... I mean, towards the edges and the very top of, like, the outer parts of the grandstands, so they're a little thin, but... it's about half full. There's some sections that are mostly filled, and there's some that are a little empty. So I'd say on average, they probably sold half the seats. What the heck is going up with that spotter audio? What the hell is Kyle Busch doing? Those things look like they're going so slow down the backstretch. Come on, Joey. Come on, Joey. Never thought I'd be rooting for Joey, but when it's Kyle versus Joey, I'm going Joey all day. Here comes Harvick. Well, oh yeah, now you show up out of nowhere when you could have won the last stage and given me my bonus points. It's too late now. Kyle Busch has got to win this stage for me to get my bonus points. Joey got the lead. Oh, man. Almirola. So 3 of my drivers are in the top 3. Logano, Almirola. Oh, no, shoot, I didn't pick Kyle Busch. I picked him to win the stage 2, but he's not one of my starters. Alright, so 2 are in the top 3. Then we got Kyle Larson, Hamlin, and Clint Boyer. Where's Boyer? More importantly, where's Larson after suffering that damage? Alright, it's somewhere between 11th and 19th. Oh. Hemrick into the wall. Got that noise when it hit the wall. There we go. Sorry, I know people think knuckle cracking is annoying, but it's one of my nervous habits. Jeez. What a hell of a run by Kyle Busch there to get the lead back. Now we just need Hamlin up there in the mix, and we can recreate 2013. Does Kyle Busch always run that interstate battery scheme or a similar one at Auto Club? I haven't given any plugs yet this stream. If anyone wants a "You're parked at a bad angle" t-shirt, got a link down in the description to Teespring. Should also have the little banner at the bottom. You'll grab a shirt. There's my commercial for myself. Should I purchase like 3 seconds of NASCAR airtime to do that during a race? Hey, go grab a shirt. Red, white, and what? I hate Kyle Busch. Jeffrey Earnhardt. How are you all doing today? Got Kyle Busch out in the lead. Joey Logano about a half-second behind him. Blaney's in third. Almirola fourth. Harvick fifth. Then it's Johnson, Jones, Keselowski, Bowman, Byron. Although Keselowski just gained 2 spots in that turn. No, sorry, never mind. That was I thought that was Keselowski at first. That's Keselowski's 2 cars behind him. I saw a black and red with a number 2 on it. I thought it was Keselowski at first, but nope, that was Jones. And yeah, Adria's one of the ones that bought one. I think Jay Barker as well, and Drive Through. Caution. I really want that tire to shred. Really want that tire to shred and get out onto the track, so I have to call caution. Who was that, like, limping into the pits? Yep, now the debris is coming off. They got a... That was down on the apron of, That was down on the apron of 3 that shredded off. They gotta get that. Oh, never mind. That's not quite in the apex of the turn when they go down onto the apron. Never mind. Yeah, that's right. Drive-Thru's got the hoodie. I need to, or I actually want a hoodie for myself. I need to get one soon. I'm promoting my merch. I've only got one shirt. I need to. Whoa, that's a hell of a shot. That's kind of cool with the rotating cam. You can see the tire coming like through into the car. Holy crap. That was a hell of a shot. That was kind of cool. You don't see that too often from that perspective. Man, not a good day for RCR so far. They're playing Motley Crue. Jacob Meemborb, how are you doing? John Canizaro Jr. About to park at a bad angle. To keep the fumes from getting in the car. Yeah, you have to park it upside down. It'll make changing the tire easier. Check something. Where is... There we go. Ah, itchy. Dry skin. Wintertime. Oh, yeah, I saw that picture of Jay Leno earlier. WWE SmackDown. It's probably been a good 15 years since I've watched that. Yeah, why the heck is my skin so itchy right now? Oh yeah, that's right, it's dry and it's cold. Alright, I don't mind if Kyle Busch wins this stage, because then I'll get my bonus points. Now here's a guy. Is that Chris Collinsworth in the booth or Jeff Gordon? Now there's a guy. Logano is still slipping away from Kyle Busch a little bit. I think a little less than 10 laps before they're going to start the green flag stops right at the midway point of this stage. Reenactment of Jamie McMurray doing the slide job. I remember I tried that once before. Never got a good one. Might have to try that again sometime. Jeez, Penske second, third, fourth. Trying to track, all unsuccessfully trying to track down Kyle Busch. And they say that, or as they say that, the split time goes back up again. Way to jinx it, Mike. The weird, like, 5-second commercial from Duracell they do. Yeah, because you jinxed it. You need to talk about how the lead is growing, and then it'll shrink again. God, if I had $1 for every time I've heard the stupid term clean air in the last month. Clean air. Air schmear. Brad into the second. Bad Brad into second. Holy, look at that tire. It doesn't just raise the bar, it is the bar. Alright, whatever you say. How about nowhere? Have them race in space. There's no air. The engines can't combust because there's no oxygen. Shazam, that's starring Sinbad, right? Nascar race with a tornado. All right, pit stops. Here comes Brad. Man, if Kurt can get a win in that number one, that'll prove that Jamie was a little towards the end of his career. Once again, Kyle's going to stay out in the lead. Here comes Kyle on the pits. Come on, speed. Nope, he got in there cleanly. Alright, where is Keselowski and Logano? Blaney gonna come out? Alright, here comes Brad down the front stretch. Still probably be about 2-3 seconds back. Oh, he's still about 4 seconds back by the time Kyle fully gets up to speed. He's gaining time in the pits every single time. Can't blame equipment or stuff for that. The other crew members need to step their game up. The other pit crews throughout the series. I'm gonna need to take a brief 5-10 minute break to get up and stretch my back at the end of this stage. I need to record it sometimes, but every now and then when I'm done with a long stream, I get up and stretch my back. I just take both my hands and push like forward on my lower back part. Sometimes I will just get the loudest pop ever. It just feels like my spine is like popping back into place. It's the best feeling ever. It's super loud. I'll record it one of these times. My crappy posture that I'm in probably doesn't help with my long-term back pain. I need to try to more consciously sit up straight and not be slouching. Have my back sitting up straight. When you're sitting still for so long, it's hard not to start inadvertently sliding down and then slouching as a result. Yeah, I don't mind if Kyle Busch wins this stage, because then I'll get my bonus points for that. For Darian's Fantasy League. Yeah, Kyle Jones. Kyle Busch. Still a half second faster over the next fastest pit stop, Eric Jones. My brain always gets like 4 steps ahead of my mouth, and then that's why those jumbled sentences always come out. Only 52 Cup wins. Yeah, because Richard was too busy, like, focusing week in and week out, beating the best racers in the league, not having way more experience, more talent, and way better equipment and money to basically buy better rides than all the guys that have no money, that have limited funds, trying to work their way up to the Cup Series. Where's that asterisk? I feel like NASCAR keeps bringing up the whole 200 wins thing just to troll their... I feel like they're just trolling their audience at this point. I mean, hell, like I was ranting about the other night. I mean, isn't ARCA a branch of NASCAR? Isn't ARCA technically a lower series of NASCAR? Didn't Frank Kimmel win like 10 championships in a row? Let's count Frank Kimmel's wins towards Cup Series wins and overall total NASCAR wins. Frank Kimmel, the greatest of all time. Not Jimmy Johnson, not Dale Earnhardt, not Kyle Busch, not Richard Petty. Frank Kimmel. Let's start counting K&N Series wins. Let's start counting Modified Series wins. I mean, just like I said, if we're going to start changing what wins we count towards a specific category to pad the newer driver stats, then why stop at any particular point? Let's start counting the wheel-in races. Let's start counting dirt races towards overall NASCAR wins. Let's start counting late models. Okay, I'm all for not texting and driving, but that was the most cheesiest slogan I think I've ever seen. Don't drive intoxicated, don't drive intoxicated. Sorry, we're back. 18 laps to go. Final stage. Not final stage, stage 2. Jeez. I swear my brain doesn't work properly anymore. It peaked out around age 20, 25. Now I'm just getting mushy. Racier. Does that mean it's saying inappropriate things? His car is racy. It's saying edgy things. By the way, we got less than 100 laps to go now. We're past the halfway point. We're on lap 102 or 103 of... So apparently Matt Kenseth is going to be coming to the Slinger Nationals this upcoming summer. If I don't already have a race planned that weekend. I got lots of races that I want to go to plan this upcoming summer and spring, summer, fall. I'm not busy that weekend. I'm going to try to go to the Slinger Nationals, about 40 minutes away from my place, and see Matt Kenseth race in person. Bet you all are jealous. Uh-oh, the LEDs are still yellow. I forgot to change them green. There we go. Where's Larson? Larson's up to 13th. It's better than where he qualified, but... Alright, Logano, Almirola, Hamlin, Larson. Where's Logano? What happened to Logano? Oh, 5th. Duh. There he is. Alright, so all 5 of my starting drivers are 13th or higher, so that's good. No, except where's Boyer? Shoot, that's right, I got Boyer in there. He's not even 20th. A contender, but he's still losing ground to the leader, so he's not contending that hard. Yeah, we dropped some frames at the start of this. At the start of this stream, back when my computer was still freezing from a Premiere being open. Oh, speaking of, I should probably gonna close Premiere now. It's probably taking a decent amount of my CPU usage in the background. Nice, Jay Barker. Sounds like a good schedule. All the races I'm planning this year, late models at the Milwaukee Mile, first professionally sanctioned race at the Milwaukee Mile in 4 years. I want to go to the Slinger Nationals and see Kenseth. I'm going to the Indy 500. I'm going to try to go to both IndyCar and NASCAR Xfinity race at Road America. I'm going to try to camp for the weekend at Xfinity with a couple friends. I already said Indy 500. And then try to go to the Bristol Night race. Oh yeah, and then I want to see ARCA in Madison. It's like an hour away from my house. So yeah, got a busy commercials tend to go. Look at that. Sorry, I'm trying to get arrangements scheduled for a bunch of different stuff while I'm streaming, trying to multitask. Sorry. Cabush. Hi, call me Bobby. You got it. Because I embarrass myself every time I try to pronounce that name. So, hello, Bobby. Mr. Heart Grenade. The NASCAR guy. I think I already got you. MNE Racing. Excuse me. Carl Sato. Anna Gabriel. Alcaraz. God, I hate these stupid duct tape glasses. I knew the Brewers, if they made it to the World Series last year, they were going to get smoked by the Red Sox anyway. Disappointing that they didn't get there, but it's kind of nice knowing that the Dodgers got there just to lose. And nothing after stupid Machado, like running his mouth during the entire series, stomping on Jesus Aguilar's ankle, and then defending it. Oh, I'm no hustle Johnny. I take my time. I do what I want. all that smack talk and ego and super dirty play, diving into the knees of the second baseman, all that, and then the final losing out of the World Series was you swinging so hard at a wild pitch you literally fell over. That kind of brought a smile to my face, seeing Machado make an absolute fool of himself on one of the biggest national stages in history. Game 7 of the World Series. Actually, I don't think it was Game 7. I think it was like Game 4 or 5, actually. Alright, I'm done. Done ranting about the World Series last year. Oh, that was a car outside. I heard like a distant thumping, but it was just a car stereo driving by with a really loud bass. Red. I live in Wisconsin. I'm not telling you what county I live in, so... I live near Milwaukee. That's all you need to know. So... I don't care what county you guys live in. I don't want people... stalking me. There's creeps on the internet. And I don't want to have to use my CCW for the first time defending myself from a frickin' psycho fan, so please stop with the investigating, please and thank you. Yeah, in case anyone didn't notice, in case someone didn't know, I do legally carry. Not very often, but if I'm going out into a situation where I'll feel uncomfortable, and it's legal to have, I'll have it on me. So just keep that in mind before any psychos out there start trying to find where I live. Yeah, why is Red, White, and what posting a bunch of cities? Yeah, you guys know I live in the greater Milwaukee area in Wisconsin. I'm a Packers fan. I love the Milwaukee Mile. Go to Road America. Beyond that, have fun guessing, but don't do it on my stream. You better be sorry, DW. How dare you interrupt Mike Joy? How dare you interrupt Mike Joy? Excuse me. Oh, look at that. Ryan Newman laps down blocking the leaders. Okay, Ryan Newman, I would dump him if I was the leader. You're seriously already lapped down, you're actively blocking to not go one more. Dude, I would have dumped him. Jeez. That's another guy, in my humble, not expert opinion, I think has run out as welcome in NASCAR as Ryan Newman. I mean, sweet, now you can still only be one lap down, you friggin' bum. You won like 1 or 2 races, a fluke 500, and then you're somehow still limping in the sport, like 17 years later. Dude, I would have dumped Newman right there. That was... Yeah, I'm not a Kyle Busch fan, but still, that would have... And even though he didn't have second place behind him, really, anywhere close. I mean, Kyle Busch could have flown up into the outside wall trying to avoid Newman. He could have rear-ended him and wrecked. I mean, if that's Newman's way of trying to create exciting driving, is sitting there actively blocking leaders when he's laps down completely unnecessarily, but then he'll sit there and bitch and whine about physics existing at any time, like once every couple of years a car turns over. Yeah, Ryan Newman has really annoyed me as a fan in the latter half of his career. Once again, and they're running like 25th and 30th every single race, blocking the leaders when he's laps down, and the only time he gives any emotion or has any personality is when he's complaining about physics and aerodynamics existing. Anyway, I'm going to take a quick break. We're under yellow for the end of the stage. Kyle Busch wins both the stages. That's yellow, not red, by the way. I don't know if my white balance is off, but I'll be back in like 5 to 10 minutes at the latest. I'm just going to go maybe grab a quick snack, drink water, go to the bathroom, and try to crack my back. I will be back shortly. Ultra Racer plays. Alright, sorry. Kyle Busch speeding on pit road. Under caution, nonetheless. Suck it, Kyle. Sorry, I know we got Kyle Busch fans in the chat. I'm just not a fan. Sorry. I was watching the delay of it. That was a really obnoxious, weird, over-the-top laugh. Alright, final stage. Last 80 laps, or it's going to be like 70-something after they're done. With all the hoopla. Sounds like a lot of hoopla. Sounds like a lot of hoopla. Yes, I still make references like 15 years old. It's sad when I just realize that reference is probably like 15 years old now. Because that was like probably season 3 or 4 of SpongeBob was that training video episode. Season 1 was 1999, so season 2 was 2000, season 3. So that'd be like 2001 or 2002 possibly was when that training video episode of SpongeBob was made. It's now 2019. It's going on 20 years ago, that reference is. Jeez. Oh man. The years go by quicker and quicker the older you get. And I carry it with me like my daddy did. No more Gatorade. Oh no. So what position is he in now? Yeah, he's trying to probably beat everyone off under caution. And he did not need to speed at all. He had no one near him. The people he was passing right here were just running over to start changing their left sides when he was driving past, so he definitely need to watch him still win. This is like the Patriots. When the Patriots go down like 21-3, like early on in a game and everyone counts them out, or they start their season like 1-2 and everyone just counts them out. It's like, dude, it's the Patriots. It's because an early or a mid-race or season hiccup is not going to stop them from succeeding. Let's see if I was right. I guess 2001 or 2002 for that training video SpongeBob episode. Training video SpongeBob. Krusty Krab training video. Encyclopedia SpongeBobia. Air date, May 12th, 2002. That was a hell of a guess. Early 2002. Because I guess 2001 or 2002. Everyone says I have a bad sense of time. Come on, Brad. Oh man, look who's behind him. Although he's not going to do anything because it's Elliot and he chokes. Come on, Elliot. Get that run going down the back stretch. Oh, he's not able to clear. Holy Suarez. Around Jones. Did you guys see that? I didn't see the move by Kyle Busch. I saw the move by Suarez. Of course, just talk more about Kyle Busch. Don't talk about that move by Suarez. I mean, yeah, of course, give the more airtime to the guy that's further back. Dude, Suarez did an identical move, and they didn't mention it whatsoever. It's amazing when Kyle Busch does it, but don't even mention it when someone further up the field does it. I mean, that's another reason I don't like Kyle Busch. I feel like the commentators and just the media and everyone for, like, all the higher-ups and powers that be for the sport just ride him so hard. Yeah, that's right. Just have a replay, point it out live, and have a replay when Kyle Busch does it, but don't at all mention when Suarez did the exact same thing. Arguably more impressive because he went further down the track and he gained more spots and he was further up the field. There's no way that thing's passing. He was passing people out of the draft. Like, everyone else had an established line. They're all drafting single file, and he is somehow passing everyone. No, there's no way that thing's going to pass Tech. If that thing passes Tech, whoever the crew chief is for Kyle Busch, is probably giving a pretty penny underground to whoever is in charge of the Tech stuff. Watch that be a mass conspiracy that comes out like 10 years from now. That was actually just a freaking... is all an inside job the whole time. Like Kyle Busch's car was actually illegal this whole time. His crew chief was basically just paying off the guy who's in charge of the tech stuff at NASCAR. Oh, they made contact. Blaney and Elliott. Just like back when that NBA ref that got caught tied to like betting rings. He was basically fixing games. And everyone who was calling everyone saying beforehand that it might be fixed, oh, you're crazy, or you're just a wacky nut, you're a conspiracy theorist. And it comes out to be true. Oh, that's just one time. Oh, that's just one. It's like, oh, I think with how many billions of dollars the sport has to offer, you don't think that could happen maybe more than once? Maybe? Nope. Nope, everyone just decides to have their blinders on and think the whole world is daisies and meadows, and everyone plays by the rules. And no one pays anyone else off underground illegally. No, that never happens. Alright, sorry, I'm done rambling. Let's see how bouncy those cars are going on the backstretch. And Elliott's just dropping spots since that restart. Whoever would have guessed. I mean, that car seemed like Junior back in the DEI days at Plate Treks. It'd be like an entire established pack drafting, and then he'd just pull out, have no drafting help, but still somehow pass everyone. I mean, like, physics-wise, that should not work if all those cars are within spec. So maybe you got some rich crew chiefs that are willing to, hey, NASCAR tech manager whose salary is, like maybe $80K a year. Let's say I give you this $100K right in your back pocket for this one-time thing. You just turn a blind eye to this car being illegal, and we'll just win a few races. You come out $100K richer, and we just won't say anything. I'm sure there's no chance of that happening, right? Yeah, slingshots usually work, but not with this aero package. I've been watching the races, every single car that tries to pull out just completely stalls out. I don't know. You could explain that if it was just a one-time thing, but I've seen time and time again where, I mean, it just seems like he has like 20 more horsepower than everyone else. I don't know, if you guys don't think that they're in sports where billions of dollars are on the line and all these sponsors and just so much money and power and all that, if there's not just as so much of a chance as any corruption or underhanded deals or cheating or sketchy, shady stuff like that goes on, if you think that there's no possibility of anything like that ever happening in any sport ever with how much money is on the line, then all I can say is I appreciate and admire your innocence. That's all I can say. Sorry, I know there's kids watching. I'll stop ranting about scary stuff. I don't know, well, with the Dylans, I mean, it shouldn't be a secret that money buys you stuff in NASCAR. Why couldn't it buy you an illegal car? Why couldn't it buy you the tech inspector turning a blind eye to an illegal car? If it can buy you based on who your grandpa is, if you can buy your way into a Cup Series ride. My comments have no affiliation with the Core League. They are completely on my own. My opinions and views do not represent that of anyone else. I'll put that disclaimer out there. I mean, it's one thing slingshotting if like all the cars are spread out, no one's drafting, and then one car gets a run, pulls out, and then goes around them. It's one thing if, like, yeah, he pulls out, he has a run for a few seconds, but then when every other car is like in their slipstream in a track where drafting is huge, and he's just completely out in the open, no drafting help, he's still passing everyone that's drafting like a good 5-10 seconds after he made the initial move out there. Then that's where I start to think, wow, that car might have a little bit more horsepower than the others. What about Knockos? What about it? No, I get those two cars being side by side, you get a run from behind and fly around them. But go back and watch that onboard clip of Kyle Busch. There's that little cluster of cars coming out of turn 4. There's that little cluster of cars that he maneuvered through after getting that run. But then after he passed that cluster of cars that were all side by side, there is a established line on the outside, all nose to tail drafting each other in the fastest lane in the track, and him out in the open with just air hitting his nose with no drafting help in front of him, with this new aero package, was still passing those cars that were all drafting each other neat single file a good 10 seconds after he made the move. That's where it gets a little fishy. Yeah, if you get a huge run on like a couple cars side by side and then get right back in front of them and block them, that's one thing. If you're still passing an established line that's in the fastest lane of the track while you're completely by yourself with no drafting help long after you made your initial move with the run, that's when the car starts to look a little fishy, in my opinion. But once again, I'm just a Kyle Busch hater. I'm just take my biasness with a grain of salt. And hell, Kyle Busch is one of my, Junior is one of my favorite drivers of all time, but I still look back at those early 2000s plate track wins that he had and thought his car was a little suspiciously fast compared to everyone else. And hey, why wouldn't NASCAR turn a blind eye to that? Hey, he's got a slightly illegal car. It's faster than everyone else. The sport's trying to reel after the biggest tragedy it's ever seen. What greatest way to overcome the tragedy than the sun getting a bunch of wins? This turns in huge ratings. Her huge ratings means a crap load of sponsors. A crap load of sponsors means a bunch of money. And why would they say no to that? Why would they say no to all that just by turning the 8 away in the post-race inspection? But then again, just like I said, that's just the conspiracy theorist in me talking. He could have just been amazing at plate tracks early in his career. Here I've been rambling about conspiracies of NASCAR for a good half an hour now. And Elliott's, he dropped from 3rd. He's back in 9th. He's fighting with Dillon for 8th place. The 2001 Pepsi 400, the 2001 EA Sports 500, like whatever other wins he had at play tracks, 2001 through 4. I don't know, just that 8 car seemed a little suspiciously fast when everyone else is nose to tail in a established fast drafting line at a plate track, and he pulls out and just passes 10 cars completely on his own with no drafting help. Makes you scratch your head a little bit. It's like I get getting runs and getting momentum and getting like a slingshot, but I also get physics and realize you're going way faster in that drafting line when you pull out completely by yourself and it's nothing but 200-mile-an-hour wind hitting your nose and windshield, slowing you down. That run that you get only lasts so long when you're still passing an established drafting line a good 10, 15 seconds after you got that initial run. That's when you should normally be slowing down from and getting bogged down from the wind just hitting the front of your car and just completely stopping you. But not if you have more horsepower. I mean, Austin Dillon is suspiciously fast. He started first. He dropped like a rock. He hit the wall. He's like hanging around barely in the top 10 because he got a decent starting position in this last restart. I mean, yeah, that's way better than he usually does, but I wouldn't call that fast by any means. Suspiciously fast. I mean, going from a fluke position on the pole back to 8th place, I wouldn't call that conspiracy fast. Oh yeah, spin gate, trying to manipulate the rules of a stupid rule set. That's NASCAR's fault. I don't even blame Clint Boyer for that. If you're gonna have a stupid, oh, people get in, people get out based on like elimination races, you're really expecting like corrupt stuff not to go on with teammates spinning each other or spinning to bring cautions out to help other teammates. I mean, that's kind of NASCAR's fault for not anticipating crap like that would happen. Mainly Brian France. I'm just blaming all of NASCAR's miscues over the last 15 years on Brian France. And hoping that they can right the ship that nearly sunk with him at the helm. Yeah, 2003, Aaron's 499. Junior breaks the yellow line rule that at the time had just been developed that they were really trying hard to enforce. They don't penalize him because Junior gets the win because he goes on to get the win, which brings in great ratings, which brings in sponsors, which brings in money. And why would you say no to that? Conspiracy theorists do have a point. I mean, when people say all this stuff seems scripted, well, it's for good reason, because when these things like the number 3 going to victory lane at the 20-year anniversary of Earnhardt doing it, or Junior winning the few plate races after Senior died, it's like, why a storybook ending like that, or a storybook finish would, just produce the most amazing ratings possible, and ratings equals money. And why wouldn't the sport want to try to make money? Alright, just like I said, I'll shut up and enjoy the rest of this race. Yeah, Austin Dillon's 9th now and continuing to drop, so hardly suspiciously fast. Where's Boyer? No! Boyer's gonna finish like last. I just picked him on a hunch today. Figuring he's usually decent. I haven't picked him yet this year for anything. Why not a Auto Club race with the new aero package where it might be a crapshoot? Nope. He finishes last. God, you gotta be kidding me. Well, my other 4 drivers are within like 12th or higher. I think Larson's 12th, Blaney's or Logano's 2nd, Almirola's 7th, and Hamlin's 8th. God. A driver I pick on a whim is gonna finish literally last. I was watching that NASCAR documentary that YouTuber did. There will never ever be another driver like Dale Earnhardt. And it's kind of a little chapter in that video during the 1987 Winston 500 when Bobby Allison got airborne. The insane qualifying times leading up to that race, and then them eventually leading to the restrictor plates. I mean, if you think about it, they were kind of acting as if, like, in the, like, mid to late 80s when that started to happen, that's when they were noticing the cars starting to get airborne like that, but it was technically happening since, I think, 1978. It's the first blowover in NASCAR I can think of ever happening. I mean, yeah, obviously there were tons of flips before that, but I think as far as car lifting off and flipping over purely just from the aerodynamics, lifting it up. I think A.J. Foyt in the 1978 Daytona 500 was the first, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe there's other instances that there isn't video footage of, but as far as video footage, that's the earliest stock car blowover I can think of. Sure there was plenty of open wheel ones before then. Now I'm rambling about the history of stock car wrecks. Oh, we got Soundhead. 8. Seems like every time you join in this chat, your boy's dominating. God, It's suspiciously strong. I've been ranting in my last 20 minutes of my stream about NASCAR conspiracies. Yeah, I need to get Alex Jones in here and have this debate with me if we're talking conspiracies. Alright, I'll see. I'm streaming, obviously. I'll unmute my desktop audio. Welcome to the chat, Ed Soundhead, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello. Don't worry, I got all my Core After Dark out of me last night. I'm good.
Yeah, I think we all did. Hopefully we got more people joining in soon. Usually seems like a few people join into the core Discord towards the end of the races. Then there's Caleb, that's always like 2 minutes behind.
Yeah. Commercials, killing me over here. Things gotta wind it. So they got a pit again, right?
Yeah, I think so. Their window's like 30 to 40 laps or something like that. I think they can go longer than 30 laps, but they've been doing it. They did that for the first 2 stages just to split the stage right in half, right the middle. I think their fuel window's actually closer to like 40, but yeah, they do need to pit again, I believe.
I just saw a tweet that said they'll be pitting pretty quick here, so.
Yeah, so probably around with like 40 or like 38 to go, something like that. Yeah, poor, bad day for RCR. I'm surprised Austin Dillon rebounded how he did. After that cut tire, he's like still in 9th right now.
I see you, Tropical. Hi, chat.
Yeah, I don't even have to prompt them anymore. They just do it on their own now. It's spreading.
You've started something really uncontrollable at this point.
We all have like an identifying emoji. Mine's the kissy lips. Yours is the eyeball. I think What If's is like the poop emoji.
I think we kind of share. It might be entirely possible that I completely stole the eyeball emoji from What If, but I made them famous.
Yeah.
So.
Whoever makes it famous, that's all that matters.
Right.
I mean, Led Zeppelin stole all the riffs they used, but they made them work, so they're the famous ones.
Hang on, let me grab my tinfoil hat real quick. we gotta get that thing firmly secured on the head.
Hey, that's no conspiracy. I mean, it's no secret that like a lot of Led Zeppelin's famous riffs they took from like not known bands that they were touring with in their early days.
Could be worse. Could be Greta Van Fleet, where you're literally just Led Zeppelin 2.0.
Who?
What is it, Greta Van Fleet?
I haven't heard of them.
Isn't that...
Or whatever that is.
They had a song in the Nascar E3, but everybody just roasts them because they are basically a bona fide cover band for Led Zeppelin.
Kyle Busch up to 5th.
I gotta say, all is right in the world, but we need Blaney to pass Logano, and then it'd be 2:12:22, so my OCD doesn't kick in and like ruin my whole life. Because if it finishes that way, I want it to be in order.
We need to have Logano guarding Blaney and Keselowski in 1st and 2nd. Have him in 3rd and just holding everyone back, like Dale would do. Do it for Dale. Yeah, like I said, I talk all the crap about Austin Dillon, obviously, but his rebound after that early cut tire has impressed me. He was running in the top 10 before he went into the pits right here. He'll probably cycle back in like 9th or 10th. Hiccups.
Oh, here we go. Don't screw it up, boys.
No speeding.
Man, Kurt Busch's car's lot. See, here's the thing about Brad's car, right? He's running this new paint scheme and all.
I don't like that new paint scheme.
It
looks like Neapolitan ice cream with different flavors. It's just like split like into even thirds.
If he wins this race and I have to buy that race win diecast, I won't be mad. But it's like, come on, bruh. Could have done a little bit better than that.
Every Brad win costs you like another 100 smackaroos because you got to get that race win, 124.
Exactly. It's like $50.
Oh, that's it?
For each. That's it, yeah.
Oh, I thought it would have been more. I was expecting like 100. For like a race win, custom 124, new. That's actually not bad.
Well, I gave him from I get them. I pre-order them from Plan B sales, and then I get like a little discount.
Nice.
So I think they wind up being like $47 and change.
Sadly, Bubba Wallace hasn't done crap today. Otherwise, I could have zoomed in on his car, and maybe you could have seen a little faint pixels of your name.
I could see the EAD in Soundhead. Oh, there he is. No. Oh. You jinxed him. You look what you did. No,
they're gonna zoom in. You're gonna, if you zoom in, one of those pixels is Ed Soundhead on the side of that car. Did. Hey, I didn't jinx anything. I gave you some airtime.
Oh, it's blowing apart. There's debris everywhere.
Well, that's a good thing you're near the quarter panel and not the fender. Yeah. Yeah, for anyone wondering what I'm talking about, anyone that ordered that that pre-order, that Plan B sales number 43, all those little names you see on the car are people that pre-ordered that car, and Soundhead is one of them. Oh, now all the Kyle Busch fans are high-fiving and... Oh.
Well, that sucks. Oh, I have it right next to Brad. That could have been bad.
Can't blame Bubba for the tire blowing. He wasn't running great before it happened, but that wasn't his fault. Unless he hit the wall or something and had a tire rub and didn't say anything. In which case, that's completely his fault. But no, that's the left side. Interesting.
Yeah, it's probably just them blowing up. So, damn, that kind of puts Kyle Busch back in the equation then.
Oof. Kyle Busch. Gonna have fresh tires. Restarting like 5th with like 30 to go. Of course, you know. I was saying earlier, it's like... I compare Kyle Busch to the Patriots a lot. It's like everyone's so quick to dismiss him or count him out if like the Patriots go down like 21-3 early in a game, or if they start the season like 1-2. Everyone's just so quick to dismiss him. It's like, not so fast. Do you not know their history? Do you not know this guy's history of... He's in the lead when that caution came out. Of course he is.
Yeah.
Kozlowski's in 3rd, so... At least it could have been... He could have been in, like, 12th or something, like, if the caution came out a little bit earlier through that pit cycle.
They had him in 2nd. I don't know what they're doing with Stenhouse. If they're just...
Oh, my LEDs are still yellow. I forgot to switch them to green at the start of this stage. I've been very lazy. Or I could just keep them on my usual... My fade through all the colors. That's what I usually have it on. My cheap $4 Walmart LEDs. These are actually pretty good. They're bright, they're colorful, it's long. It's only $4. So anyone that wants some RGB, go to your local Walmart.
I saw those there the other day. What would I recommend buying from Planet? I don't know, just whatever your favorite driver.
Yeah, I got some a few months ago that I have like under my desk. They were like $15, and those ones suck compared to these $4 Walmart ones.
Yeah.
It's weird. Walmart being Walmart. Let's just make it better and cheaper.
What if he speeds again, though? That'd be the greatest thing ever.
Oh yeah, does he?
I think everybody's probably gonna pit again.
Yeah, he hasn't pitted yet, obviously, has he? That's why he's out front. One of his lug nuts is just like fused to the wheel. So he's stuck there like 20 seconds trying to get it off. Now that would be nice. One of the tire changers gets a hangnail and can't operate the air gun anymore without hurting his thumb. Just something like super innocent like that to kill Kyle Busch's chances of winning.
You should flip off one of the officials and see what they do.
Yeah. That's freedom of speech.
Kyle, stop!
We work too hard for this crap. You're costing us, man. Or whatever his spotter or crew chief said. Oh. Everyone's staying out. Except for him. Well, everyone that pitted before, they only had like 2 laps or so on their current tires before that caution came out.
I guess those are all the wave rounds, probably.
Oh, there comes Brad. Yep.
Damn, that sucks. That means Kyle's going to come out in front. Damn!
I think his
bye-bye win race, I guess.
little hesitation. I'm thoroughly convinced that Kyle Busch's pit crew takes like methamphetamines or something, or the Adderall. Just insane, sharp, like illegal focus. Come on, Brad. I'm not even a Brad fan.
Come on, Brad. I'd rather see a friggin' steaming pile of garbage
And Larson.
with diarrhea win than Kyle Busch.
And Larson just unspectacularly hanging around like right where he started. 14th. I think he started 15th. He's getting a whole spot this whole race. God, why do I even root for Larson anymore? It's just nothing but disappointment. Why do I pick the two drivers that are like the two biggest underachievers in recent memory?
Bad luck. Well, unfortunately for, I don't know, I think if Larson actually mans up and signs to a team that is decent, Stewart Haas Racing Koff.
I'd be really, curious to see him at JGR or Stewart Haas.
But Chase Elliott, he's probably going to be at Hendrick for life, and man, I think that team's on the down.
Yeah.
So that's going to be tough for him.
It's a shame. Because he's too much of a company man to just abandon Hendrick. When everyone knows he'd probably have better chances at a few other teams. Particularly JGR or SHR. Those seem to be the two big powerhouses right now. Ever since Hendrick started their decline. When did that start? Probably like right after Jimmy won that championship in 2016.
Probably like midway through, or I should say, probably 2017.
Because you can't say they're on the decline any sooner than that if they won the championship that year. But yeah, basically ever since they haven't really done anything. BristolTix.com. I'm gonna need to go there in a couple days when my check comes in. Pick up my tickets. Hopefully there's a couple open spots still in that section where they all pick their seats. I only need one seat. I don't need a big line of 10. I just need one near that section.
I'm going to buy an entire section now.
Buy a whole suite just yourself. One of those luxury suites.
Yeah. There's a plan right
That's
there.
like $5,000 per race or something like that.
It's his pocket change.
That's gold toilet money.
Yeah.
I'll melt down one of my spare gold toilets and just hand them a gold coin to pay for it.
How did Blaney get out in front of this dude?
Just like in the Old West. Just pay everyone with gold coins. Doubloons.
Gold doubloons.
Oh, starting to get dark. My camera's starting to get a little underexposed. Got to turn that up a little bit. Is that too bright? No, that's probably good. There we go.
Boyer's out. His engine gave up, and he's on the road.
Dude, I picked him just on a whim for one of my fantasy drivers. It's like, hey, Clint Boyer's been... It's never amazing, but he's always decent. I'll pick him. I haven't picked him yet. And, of course, he finishes dead last.
Of course. Poor bastard.
At least my other four guys, aside from Larson, are doing decent. My other three drivers are Hamlin, Logano, and... Who was the fifth? Hamlin, Logano, and Almirola. There we go. And Larson's doing meh. Then Boyer. I want to cry for picking him.
So
I heard.
Gonna restart third here.
I heard your TV audio. You're literally only like a second ahead of me.
Is it too loud? Can you hear a lot of it?
No, not much at all.
Okay.
I can only really hear it when you're not talking. And even then, it's just really faint.
I'll turn it up just.
I have mine volume usually turned very low just because I'm... After those last two incidents, I'm just paranoid anything copy right now.
Yeah.
I'm paranoid about audio in the background getting picked up. Of course, that NFL one, I still need to consider that that was a manual strike. That wasn't like picked up by like an automatic system or anything. And I doubt NASCAR is like as anal with stuff like that as the NFL is. I've since learned my lesson. Are they going green this time? Hopefully they're not doing another lap, since everyone was slow to catch the pacing line.
Come on, Bubby. You just had to let Kyle Busch back in this thing. Golly.
Alright.
Come on,
so
Brad.
it looks like they're going green. Yeah, no kidding.
Just turn him. Just turn him.
Dive it down into one.
Put him in the wall.
Send it. Just send it. Oh, of course, Kyle Busch is guarding down low. Busch is going to try. Man, he's just got a mirror full of Penske. Come on, just turn dead left, Brad. Oh, watch Logano. Watch Logano dive down underneath both of them into 3. Here comes Hamlin. Oh, man. Logano, Hamlin, and Busch all up front. Are we going to have a repeat of 2013? Nice. Kyle Busch is... He's slow. He lost some ground. Nice. He just lost 3 spots in 1 turn. Go, Brad. Go, Penske.
Come on, Brad.
Now we just need Penske to get up there and guard both of them.
It's crazy how when somebody loses just a tiny bit of momentum, it looks like they just straight up die and like lose it.
Dude, here comes Kurt. Chip Ganassi car in the top 5. Uh-oh, here comes Stenhouse up front. Here comes the big one.
Oh, no. Protect your fenders.
29 to go.
Come on, Brad. Get the hell away from all them people.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's
Shoot.
the Kyle and Kurt show.
Green. There we go.
Oh, no. Brad, no.
He's going to have the run on the outside. There he goes.
Get some help. But now he's going to get a draft down the back stretch.
Kyle's still back there lurking. Here comes Harvick. He's been quiet all day. Like, he just dropped back ever since the start, but this is the first we've seen him up front since.
If they let this thing go green for a while here, he might be in good shape, because that seemed to have some good long-run cars.
Kyle's catching a little bit. He dropped back a little bit, but now he's reeling him back in. That Jimmy Johnson scheme, it's still not great, but it's grown on me. I don't hate it anymore. I think it's alright.
I'm getting nervous.
Jeez, Truex, give Elliott some room. Trying to side draft him, he's forcing him up to the outside wall. You dum-dum. Bowman Fan 88, Thresher 21, CB 609829. Those are always tongue twisters to say those account names that just has a bunch of numbers. Dude, this is just like 2013. Just
God, they're side drafting the life out of each other.
And now here comes Kyle because they're just slow in the.
And here comes Kyle.
Dude, just replace Keselowski with Hamlin, and this is exactly like 2013.
Oh Jesus, here it goes.
Here he comes.
The run of a lifetime.
Did anyone have any doubts he was gonna? Dude, he's gonna send it. But
Brad's gonna have that run though.
Dude, they're gonna be like 3 wide for the lead going on the backstretch. Holy shit! How did he make that stick? What?
Did Brad
Shame.
hit the wall right there?
I don't know. He's back a little bit.
I think he let off big time.
Yeah, he probably had to. That's probably exactly what happened.
Damn you bums. Oh well. Let it be a long run. Let his car come to him. Let's see what happens.
I can't wait for the Nick Bromberg tweet after Kyle wins this.
Oh God, I don't want to.
What a time to be alive.
I almost want him to win just so I don't have to hear about it anymore. I could not care less about Kyle winning 200 races.
We need to start counting ARCA wins towards overall NASCAR wins so Frank Kimmel can be the all-time GOAT. I mean, if we never used to count the lower series as total cup wins, and now we are.
That probably gives Richard Petty a couple extras if it does.
I don't think... No, he never ran any truck or Craftsman.
He won a convertible race.
Yeah. But yeah, he never ran the lower series. That's a point I made earlier. So he was too busy focused on trying to beat the best of the best week in and week out, not focusing on having his better equipment and more experience, just walk all over up-and-comers trying to make a name for themselves with way crappier equipment. Because he never did that. He was just trying to focus on beating the best week in and week out, so he never ran the lower series races.
I wish I had a fast forward button. I don't even want to watch the rest of this if it's just going to be Kyle Busch winning again.
Alright, we need the timed razor blade in the 18 to deploy within the next 10-15 laps. A cut tire. Oh my god, is Larson almost in the top 10? What is this nonsense?
He's just pulling away from Logano too. This race is over, folks. Back it in. It's done.
Equal wins to Richard Petty. What a time to be alive. I was saying earlier, I think like the whole NASCAR media guys and the commentators, I think they're just hammering this home, this whole 200 wins thing, literally just to troll. Like they're literally doing it just to troll at this point.
Did you think? I think it was Kamikaze that tweeted the other day, but it was that funny meme where it was like nobody, and it says like just blank, and then it says like NASCAR media, Kyle Busch, good 200 wins, he's now the best driver ever matched Kyle Richard Petty. That's like, shut up. I don't. That's like I literally don't care. I just don't care.
I want him to never win another race for the rest of his career in any series, so he's just stuck at 199 after all this hype. Yeah, Keselowski and Logano are dropping. Well,
It's all over.
with the new rules, that thing still has to pass tech. Unless the crew chief has the tech manager paid off. Slips a few thick, wadded up bills into his back pocket. Hey, here's a year's worth of salary for 1 day of turning a blind eye. Let's say you let us get this win. Alright. Oh, I gotta get my tinfoil hat back out. I mean, I don't know if it can happen in the NBA, one of the biggest sports like series leagues in the world. And I'm pretty sure corruption can happen in other sports as well. Maybe we just don't know about it yet. They've got room for it in the side by the NASCAR nonstop. They've got room for it in the ticker. They need to put the split times there. There's tons of room to the right of the drivers. Oh, God. A thick wad of bills with 2 C's.
I have now entered depression mode.
Well, if Kyle Busch wins this, won't this be the, Did he win last week?
This will be number 200.
I mean, has he won a Cup Series race this year? I can't remember.
Yeah, he won Phoenix this week.
Okay. So I couldn't remember. I knew it was,
He was in the Skittles car, remember?
I knew it was Hamlin, and then Logano, and then Brad, or Brad and then Logano. Okay, then Busch. Alright, so this will be his second win. Austin Dillon's still running in the top 10. I mean, that's really surprising after he cut that tire earlier. Oh man, here's Kurt Busch trying to make a move on Harvick for 4th. Probably gonna be one of the best Chip Ganassi racing finishes in a while if he can get 4th or higher.
Alright, Joey, you need to gain a 10th a lap. You can catch him. Oh, wait, no, it just went way down. Never mind.
Or we need someone else. We need someone to blow a tire and have a caution come out.
Yeah. We need with like 2 to go or something. I need Brad to have like a 2015 restart where he just like blitzes the field and wins it.
We need a caution to come out right now to where getting fresh tires will be a huge advantage, and then there'll still be enough time to track down the people that are on old tires. Like right now is the sweet spot. Like if a restart came with like 12 to go. Oh, he gained like 2/10. And it's dropping right as I say that.
I think the show's over. Hopefully everybody was drinking some St. Patrick's Day beers, because you need them this next week. Up here, you're going to be hearing a lot of nonsense this week.
Nonsense, yeah. It's the best way to put it. Anytime he starts creeping, he starts closing that split time a little bit, it goes back up. See, where's Ryan Newman now to completely cut off Kyle Busch when he's like 4 laps down? Yeah, Ryan Newman really annoys me as of recently. He's like always out of contention for the win. He blocks the hell out of like the leaders, trying to not go like 4 laps down. Yeah. Almost sent Kyle Busch into the wall. He defends his actions. He's like a really bland guy. The only time he gets worked up at all is when he starts complaining about physics when a car gets upside down once every couple of years.
Or you bring up the moon landing.
Is he one of those guys?
Oh yeah.
I never knew that about him. That's funny. See, I'm all for conspiracies, but I don't. Not even I buy that one. Stanley Kubrick was helping them work on the film. It was all set out in the desert. Okay. I'm actually a flat earther.
There you go.
Eddie Bravo is my idol.
Johnson's the 17th. Getting ripped.
I'm about to go to 18th if DiBenedetto can pass him.
Hey, unrelated as hell, but the Pistons beat the Raptors. GG.
Awesome. Thanks for giving them another loss. Now they're like 3 or 4 games total back from the Bucks.
We're making a playoff push so we can lose in our first series.
And the Bucks are getting my hopes up just so they can lose a series to the Raptors like they did a couple years ago.
Gotta keep them pesky Nets behind us.
They're gonna be like the 15-1 Packers. They'll go 15-1 the regular season, then not win a playoff game or series. Oh, that one still hurts. To the 9-7 Giants of all freaking teams.
Well, it could be worse. You could have lost to the Phoenix Suns this year. Ooh, Lakers. Ooh.
Are the Lakers basically out of it now?
Oh yeah.
So aren't they just like resting everyone?
They shut down LeBron and everything.
They shut him down like he's just like a robot. He's like a machine. Just a basketball and money machine. Logano like isn't dropping back too much more, but he's like hanging right around 2.2, 2.3, unless a caution comes out.
Yeah, something needs to happen.
I think that's all she wrote. Can Austin Dillon live up to his talent level again and hit the wall to blow another tire? I felt bad about that Austin Dillon comment on Rusty's stream last night. I don't care what I say about that family on my stream, but I forgot that Rusty, too, was trying to keep, like, a positive relationship with that whole group. And I completely understand. I tried to get into... I tried to get into core after dark, like 15 minutes too early.
It happens.
Come on, Logano. Because now the outside line is just the new big thing. There's going to be all these new track reconfigurations now where they widen the outside of the track by like 100 feet. Just like make that outside line even wider. Like picture.
This track needs progressive banking.
Yeah, just picture turns 1 and 2 of the new Texas, but way wider and at like every track. Except Texas is a bad example because like the inside line is the huge advantage in Texas, not the outside. Isn't that weird? They widen that turn 1 and turn 2, but now anyone like only ever runs the bottom at Texas.
Yeah.
And then they go, and then they run the outside in turns 3 and 4.
Oh, there's Bubba. Zoom in on it. Oh.
Come on.
Just end it already.
Can Cody Ware or someone take out Kyle Busch, please? And he like spin trying to come onto pit road and fly back up the track and take Kyle Busch out.
Can't even get like Keselowski's in third too, so it's not even like gonna benefit him if that happens. It's just... God. How much do you want to bet that? I'm gonna say this on your stream too, so there's actual evidence recording of it. I will bet you $5 that Kyle Busch, regardless of how he does throughout the rest of the season, he could win out from here until Homestead, and he will still lose the championship.
I don't know. I don't know about that. I think it depends on if he gets into the final 4. I think it depends on who the other 3 are. Because he never like wins at Homestead, but he's also like usually in the top 5 like every single time he races there.
He always falls short.
But that's what I'm saying. It depends on who the other drivers are. If the other 3 in the final 4 finish like 6th, 8th, 9th, doesn't matter if he finishes 5th.
I'm going on record and saying that Kyle Busch
yeah,
will win the championship.
I think that's a pretty safe prediction. I think that's a fairly safe prediction.
So this is going to be what, number 53 for him in the Cup?
Yeah, because I think he's got 52 right now. Logano's starting to track him down a little bit, but it's too little too late. He was 2.4 seconds back, now he's 2.1. But it's too little too late, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Because they're all just going to run the high side anymore anyway.
Yep.
So it's not going to be any major gains.
They run the bottom in the first half of the pit run, and then they run the high line once the tires start to wear out. Then they just get that huge slingshot going on the straightaways. Seriously, where's Ryan Newman to block Kyle Busch now when you need him? Going like 5 laps down and still cutting off the leader to try to not go any more laps down. Although, all it takes is just one mistake by Kyle Busch. Riding that high line, he just needs to take it just a little too wide and just brush the wall once, and Logano's right there. Like Larson always does. Yeah, only Larson does that. Only Larson hits the wall trying to run the high line. Well, at least looks like your boy will get a podium finish.
Yeah, good points, Day. Better than you start off this race.
Yeah, if you're already in the championship, any good finish from here on out is just helping your...
You have some playoff, or some, yeah, what do you call them, like stage points.
Playoff points.
Yeah. He's got to start winning stages and stuff, though, man. I feel like that's always what hurts him.
Poor Bubba's car.
Yeah, Bubba's car's game.
At least you got a little bit of airtime. I'm sure someone that's got a 4K TV and feed, if they took one of the stills and zoomed in far enough, you could probably see.
I don't think anybody in America has a 4K feed yet.
I think plenty of people do.
No, you can't get 4K feeds yet.
Oh, feeds?
Yeah, you can't get a 4K feed yet. Like, not from a cable company? Hell no.
I didn't know that.
Nah, it's like 720p still for a lot of people.
Huh. I just figured it was 1080.
No, I have a 4K TV that's like a really nice one, actually. And, yeah, it looks like crap when you're watching cable because the max they do is like 720p. We just don't have the technology for that one yet.
Come on, Ryan Newman, where are you at? Oh, he's coming up on one of the...
Hopefully that kind of stuff will come along when, like, 5G starts to become more...
He's coming up on one of the Rick Ware racing cars. Maybe he can spin out right in front of Kyle Busch.
I want Kyle Busch to fly over the fence and hit all the fans.
All.
All.
It was a decent race. Wasn't the greatest, wasn't the worst. I'll give it like a 5 or a 6. Probably a 6. I can't detract from the race itself just because a person I don't like wins.
Right. Yeah, I thought 6 pretty accurate.
Plenty of passing, especially early on. There was lots of passing for the lead, not just under green for like the pit cycles. Like, I remember in the first 3 or 4 laps of the race itself, there was like maybe 5 or 6 lead changes. Obviously, when Austin Dillon lost the lead and never recovered. Although he's still going to finish with a top 10, it looks like. Unless Elliott passes him. Come on, Elliott, pass Dillon for that top 10. Come on, Elliott.
Is that Matt Tip? Do it. Turn left. Right.
turn,
Whatever way.
turn right.
Hit him.
Oh, nope. Elliott ain't going to get there. He's going to finish 11th. Austin Dillon's going to get another top 10 added onto his stats. Again, they go with the trolling. I do like the crew fire suits. They got that very Bobby Labonte look. Brad Keselowski didn't win this race.
Well, I'm just happy he seems to have some decent speed this year. That's all. I'm just happy with that. They play their strategy right. They'll get a win every now and then.
This race wasn't exciting because no one flipped over.
Yep.
Alright, what time is it? Gotta get heading out of here soon.
Oh boy, Eric's throwing the bait out there. Oh boy. look at his Twitter.
The 200. We're gonna be seeing that number a lot in the next week or so. The Benadryl 400. The race guaranteed to put you to sleep.
You're right. Where are they racing next week?
The Kamikaze said the real package is next week.
Hey, it's Martinsville next week. Sweet.
Nice. See what Caleb posted. He put Richard Petty's hat on Kyle Busch. Alright, where's Eric? Gotta go to Eric. One of the few guys from Core that doesn't follow me back. How dare he not have a zillion followers to blow up his feed. Is it weird of me that I kind of don't disagree with his Mount Rushmore?
No, it looks pretty good to me.
I mean,
somewhere, but you know, you only get so it probably spread it out in different eras and stuff. It's probably pretty accurate.
Johnson, or would we put Chad Knaus as the 5th one?
Yeah, it is kind of hard to leave Jimmy Johnson off of there, but I don't know. That would be something I'd really have to think about. Now, Kyle, if you'll win some more championships, bud, we'll put you up there on the GOAT. But you got one.
He's
got the asterisk next to it.
Kyle. As much as I hate him, he's for sure in my top 10 of all time.
Yeah.
Whether I'd squeak him in the 5 yet is close, but it's like I said, just because I hate the dude, I'm not trying to have that detract from how I view his overall legacy. As hard as it is sometimes to set my emotions aside.
Championships, so that's what takes away from it. I think the fact that he only has one championship.
Would he have won any championships if it was the? I know someone has that math done somewhere. If it was still the traditional point system.
I don't even pay attention to those because it's like.
Because I'm pretty sure he wouldn't have won his. He wouldn't have won the one he does have if it was the traditional point system.
That whole line of thinking is completely retarded. Because it's just like, that's not the point system we use, so who cares?
Oh. Yeah, I kind of agree with that, but then you can still go back to them changing the points system in the first place is even more stupid. But you can't go back, there's no time machines. You can't go back and change the past. They can rectify and say, hey, we made a mistake these last 15 years. We've acknowledged that. This probably isn't the best way to determine a championship. These 15 will still... Oh, he almost slid off his car. He stepped on the flag.
He was stepping on the flag. What a dumbass.
He just broke flag code. He needs to burn that now.
I want him to fall off his car so bad.
It's illegal to step on a flag.
Give the flag to a kid. You won't.
You won't. Hey, look, I got 2 flags. I stole this one from a kid in the Xfinity series. Ah, screw Kyle Busch. He's an amazing racer, but screw Kyle Busch.
Fuck Kyle Busch. There, I said. You know, honestly though, if they make like a 200 win diecast, I'm such a sucker. I'd probably still buy it.
Yeah, NASCAR should though. Like we screwed up these last 15 years. We realized we made a mistake. All these previous championships will count, but from here on out, we're going back to the traditional point system. I mean, I can't imagine that wouldn't get amazing press and like widespread praise throughout the NASCAR community if that got announced. I mean, yeah, we're not going to, like, change these last championships. These also count as part of history, but this is just one phase. The new phase is us going back to the traditional point system we think worked better. How hard would that be? But nope, they're still trying to justify and stick with a gimmick championship system that a pill-popping, drunken driving weirdo developed, like, 16 years ago. Sorry, I know that was harsh, but just because it was harsh doesn't mean it's not true. Caboose?
I had my headset off. Sorry, I was listening to his interview.
Oh, sorry. Probably for the best. Ooh, I'm probably going to end the stream and get going. Got some stuff to do later tonight. I think I'm got to run out to Milwaukee at some point to run a few errands. Got to see a friend out there I used to work with I haven't seen in a while. And maybe try to meet up with him and hang out for a while. So, looking forward to that. I'm going to get off Discord. I'll talk to you later.
See you later.
Have a good one, man. Alrighty, everyone, thanks so much for tuning into the stream. Kyle Busch with win number 200. Just like I said, I'm indifferent. It's a hell of an accomplishment. You can't compare it to Richard's 200, but still a hell of an accomplishment. I don't like Kyle Busch at all, but I'm not going to let that or start that from trying to detract how I view his overall legacy. So, yeah, congrats, Kyle Busch. Congrats on 200. I don't like you as a racer, but you're a hell of a racer. I don't know what else to say. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hit that like button, hit subscribe. Check out my social media, Twitch, and thanks so much to my generous Patreon supporters, Adria Fitzy, Jay Barker, Drive Through, Goki, Kingster Cole, and Pantalica. I appreciate your support on there. Link is down below if anyone would like to be generous enough to help them support this channel. If not, that's fine. I love you all either way. Have a good rest of your day. I will see you all later. Peace.